Listen, we all loved the first movie. It ended with a big pop concert, everyone dancing, racism is solved, yay. But let's be real for a second. Real life doesn't work like that, and apparently, neither does Zootopia. I just watched the sequel, and honestly, it messed me up. The writers didn't just make another cop movie. They decided to dismantle everything we thought we knew about this city. In this video, we are going deeper than just the plot. I want to show you how this movie explores erasure, how history is rewritten by the winners, and why the villain isn't who you think it is. If you thought Predators Going Savage was dark, wait until you meet the ones the city tried to bury alive. Let's dive in. The movie kicks off with Nick and Judy. They are famous now. They are the elf power couple. But notice how the director films them. It's chaotic. They are trying way too hard to be perfect. And because of this pressure, they get reckless. Instead of calling for backup like normal cops, they decide to do things their own way. They pull this wild prank with Finnick dressed as a baby just to bust a smuggler. It seems funny at first, but look at the result. The operation gets messy. They panic. And Chief Bogo is furious. He sees right through them. He knows they aren't working as a team. They are just showing off. That's why he sends them to couples therapy. Pause here. This is brilliant writing. The movie admits that putting a fox and a rabbit together isn't just happily ever after. It takes work. The therapist tells them trust takes years, but they don't have years. They have days. While Nick wants to lay low and watch movies, Judy is obsessed with proving herself. She stumbles upon a conspiracy involving the Linksley family. Think of them as the Rockefellers of Zootopia. They own the climate walls, the technology that allows Tundra Town and Sahara Square to exist. They are the definition of old money and power. But Judy finds a MythTube video talking about a deleted chapter of history, the Night of the Reptiles, a time when snakes and lizards roamed the city, before vanishing without a trace. Judy drags Nick to the Linksley Gala. It's the 100th anniversary of the climate wall. The atmosphere is tense. Judy finds a newspaper made of solid metal, an artifact that shouldn't exist. Here, we meet Pubert Linksley. He's a lynx, the son of the powerful Milton Linksley. But Pubert seems soft. He's an outcast in his own family, bullied by his father. Judy connects with him immediately. Keep your eye on Pubert. The most dangerous villains often wear the face of a victim. Suddenly, chaos. The ceiling crashes. A giant snake descends. Panic. This is Gary. But the cameras don't see a victim. The media immediately spins the narrative. A savage reptile attacked the innocent Linksley family. But that's a lie. Gary didn't attack. He was trying to steal the metal newspaper. Why? Because he claims it holds the truth. In the chaos, Judy and Nick save the snake, becoming public enemies 1. The city turns on them. The media claims the rabbit and fox have betrayed mammals to side with the monsters. Notice the parallel to the first movie? In part 1, they feared predators, biological fear. In part 2, they fear reptiles, the fear of the alien, the other. Zootopia is a city that needs an enemy to function. Now, on the lam, Judy and Nick have to rely on some unusual allies. They first turn to Mr. Big, the Arctic Shrew mob boss. Fru now running the show. Fru doesn't skip a beat in being a mob princess. She swaggers in, compliments Judy's dress, and then, in true Godfather fashion, demands Judy and Nick kiss the ring with a smile. It was adorably over the top. After that bit, Mr. Big and Fru decide to help out. They respect Judy and Nick. They're part of their big family now, so they give them new disguises and an escape route. Best of all, Mr. Big points them toward their next clue, a reptile expert who can explain why Gary wants that book. It feels good seeing these tough crime characters turn out to be good on the inside. Mr. Big even awes over Judy like a doting grandpa. Nibbles leads them to the Marsh Market, a secret reptile-friendly district built on the waterways beneath Zootopia. Nibbles jokes that it's the only place in town you can wear a shirt and no pants. Marsh Market is populated by sea creatures and lizards. There's a funny scene where Nick slips a coin to a juggling sea lion performer as a joke, and chaos nearly erupts. Eventually, Nibbles helps them get in touch with Jesus, a giant basilisk lizard who runs a hidden reptile community in the market. And Nibbles show Judy and Nick evidence from history. Before the climate walls were built, reptiles actually lived peacefully in Zootopia. The party's book, it turns out, contains the original patent for the weather wall tech, written by Gary's great-grandmother Agnes, a kind tortoise scientist. They learn that Ebenezer Linksley, a one-eyed lynx ancestor of the Linksleys who hosted the gala, stole Agnes's patent and framed her for murder, wrecking Reptile's reputation. This was such a touching reveal. Agnes really was the genius behind Zootopia's miracle climate walls, but her work was erased. All this lore connects back beautifully to the first movie's themes about bias and forgotten history. Judy, being incredibly empathetic, is determined to make things right for Gary and all reptiles now. But, oh boy, it's not over yet. The police show up to arrest them, and the Reptile Leader steps in to get them out. But guys, I want to show you something. Just look at the way he escapes. I honestly laughed so hard at this part. Suddenly Gary shows up, snatches the book back, and makes a break for it. Gary sprints across the surface of a river saying, "I have to help my family," and jumps onto a boat. Judy leaps onto a nearby fishing boat and uses its crane to chase after him. It was so cool to see Judy in action like that. The chase even includes the ZPD's bore unit. One even dives off a roof to board another boat after them. One of my favorite callbacks is when Judy rings a bell like in the first movie, and a line of walruses pop up on cue, shouting, "Hey, bub!" As the chase goes deeper, Nibbles yells a warning about the red line, basically a danger zone on the waterways. But Gary reaches it first and dives into a swirling vortex, a tube leading to the old city ruins. Judy follows into the tube, Nick right behind her. Inside, Judy starts to suffocate. She can't breathe. Nick smashes a door open, and they tumble out just in time. But the snake is gone. However, he dropped his bag. They search it and find an old matchbox with a flower drawn on it. Locals tell them this flower is found in a cave up in the mountains, an old, abandoned snake dwelling. They climb the mountain. Judy is ahead, furious at herself, calling herself stupid. Nick tries to lighten the mood. He plays a recording on her carrot pen, the one from the first movie. But Judy isn't in the mood for games. She snatches the pen, saying, "This isn't the time for playing. We are on a mission." Nick tries to take it back, and snap. The carrot pen falls and breaks. Judy gets upset that he wasted her gift, so she walks away. Nick follows her silently from a distance. But here's the mistake. The police find the broken pen. Now they know exactly where they are. Judy enters the dark cave. Nick sees the police coming and runs to warn her, but she's already found a room full of old maps and studies about land expansion. These papers reveal the dark truth. The Winsley family didn't find the land. They expelled the reptiles generation after generation to steal it. Zootopia originally belonged to the reptiles. That is the secret the Winsleys tried to erase. Nick warns her, "The police are here. They won't just arrest us. They'll kill us to bury the secret." Judy insists, "There were wronged snakes here. We must get justice. The world won't change unless brave people sacrifice for the truth." Nick replies, "I don't want to lose my life." Judy says, "Clearly, we are different." The police attack. The team gets separated. Suddenly, the snake, Gary and Pubert Winsley, appear. They try to help. Pubert saves Judy, but the police manage to capture Nick. The Winsley family tells Nick he's going to watch them kill Judy. Back at the scene, a Winsley daughter finds a bag with hair in it. The father recognizes it immediately. It's Pubert's hair. He realizes his son is helping the reptile. He orders a total purge of the river market to wipe them out before word gets out. Pubert smuggles Judy and the snake into a hidden oasis inside a motorcycle case so no one sees them. The snake introduces himself as Gary. He tells Judy not to fear him. He carries an antidote for his venom just in case. Judy asks how they are friends. Gary explains he sent a letter to the Winsleys about the journal. Pubert, who works in the mailroom, read it, learned the truth, and smuggled Gary out in a box. Then, the big reveal. Gary asks for a heat source to decode the symbols. Judy asks Pubert what his grandfather is hiding. Pubert drops the bomb. The journal wasn't my grandfather's. The truth? Zootopia was founded by Gary's great-grandmother. She designed the climate walls to make a home for everyone. Pubert's grandfather stole the plans, destroyed the deed, and forged a new one. He even killed her turtle assistant Needle and framed Gary's grandma for it to make people hate reptile. Then he cut the power to freeze them out. This hit me hard. This is the writer talking about colonialism. The Linksley ancestor didn't just steal the patent, he murdered the creator and demonized her entire species to cover up the crime. He made people afraid of snakes so no one would ever believe them. Think about that. The foundation of this utopia is built on a grave. The movie is asking us how much of our own history is written by the people who held the gun? To prove this, they need the real deed hidden in Gary's grandma's house. Using the decoded map, they realize the old district is on Winsley Land. The bell tower is actually a lighthouse. Inside the prison, Nicholas manages to free himself and all the inmates, including the former mayor, using a handmade wooden key. He recruits Flash the Sloth, who proves to be the fastest driver in the city when it counts, and they race off to save Judy, who is attempting to light the old lighthouse to reveal the buried reptile district. Nick's crew arrives. His car takes a bullet meant for Judy. Judy finds the power panel and lights the bell tower. The old district is revealed. They find the proof in a cabin on a snowy mountain. They have Gary, the snake, and Pubert, the lynx, with them. They find the patent. It's over. Justice wins, right? Wrong. Pubert injects Judy with poison. And this is the twist that makes this movie a masterpiece. Pubert isn't evil because he's a chaotic monster like Bellwether. He's evil because he is insecure. Pubert represents the entitled nice guy. He helped them find the patent, not to save the city, but to destroy it himself so his daddy would finally be proud of him. He creates a narrative where he is the hero. He sacrifices morality for validation. That is so much scarier than a mustache-twirling villain, because people like Pubert exist in real life. Judy is dying. Her heart is stopping from the cold toxin. Nick is helpless. And then Gary, the cold-blooded monster, the thing everyone fears, does the most human thing in the movie. He wraps his body around her. He uses a specific biological ability to generate heat. He gives his own warmth to save the rabbit who represents the system that oppressed him. It's visual poetry. The monster is saving the hero. The writers are screaming at us. Judge them by their actions, not their species. Nick, who had been off elsewhere, hears the fight and comes back. He bravely tackles Pubert, and in the struggle, he throws the pen to Gary just in time. Gary uses it to heal Judy. Nick and Judy then face off against Pubert together. They end up falling from the wall's top, but Judy catches Nick and saves him at the last second. They share a moment hanging off the wall and openly talk about how they feel insecure about each other's differences. It really cements their trust and friendship in a satisfying way. Meanwhile, Pubert is cornered by his own family at the Linksley Manor. Mayor Winddancer and the others arrive too. Judy and Nick present the evidence, with Gary and Nibbles backing them up. Agnes's patent papers are recovered in the nick of time as Pubert tries to burn them, and the truth comes out. Ebenezer Linksley was the villain all along. The city arrests Milton and the Linksley mob. Everything wraps up on a happy note. Zootopia officially credits Agnes the tortoise as the true founder and reinstates reptiles as part of the city. Nick even fixes Judy's cassette recorder pen and secretly tells her, "I love you," into it. Aww. In summary, Zootopia 2 was action-packed, clever, and heartfelt. I had so many favorite moments. Judy and Gazelle's new Shakira song was killer too. The voice acting is great. Ke Kwan as Gary is adorable and funny. And I love that the movie manages to be suspenseful, yet uplifting. By the end, I felt truly invested in Judy and Nick's journey, and totally ready to try everything along with them. If you want to see more breakdowns of the psychology behind movies, hit that subscribe button. This is Beyond Name, and I'll see you in the next deep dive.